Hi teachers, this is Jake Gavand. Probably most of you know me. Welcome to the third phase of RVA course development. I'm going to be able to help you during this process with technology questions. What I want to do in this video, which I hope is short, but sometimes my short videos turn out to be 10-15 minutes, is I want to show you around a few courses that were developed in the first couple of phases of course development. Right now we've already developed probably almost half of high school courses, and in this phase we'll be developing junior and senior level courses as well as a lot of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade courses. So we will have some technology training and check-ins throughout the coming months, but I wanted to give you an idea from the very beginning of the project what some of the finished courses in the first phases look like. And so I'll show you 2 or 3 courses, and that could give you a good idea of kind of what we're working towards. You know, in the end, our goal is to have a course where if a teacher is asked to teach it, it makes a lot of sense to them. It's very intuitive and organized for students. Sometimes what we see in online courses is what's planned takes longer than people think. And so I'll comment on that maybe as we look through some of these courses. So without further ado, we'll take a look at, we'll start with an algebra course, and then we'll move into a couple others. All right, so for course development purposes, you're not going to have to worry about things like, a course image or this contact me box. This is just here because it is a live course. But let me scroll down. So the way that this course is organized is there are basically 4 units. You can see right now 3 of them are published, 1 is not. Again, that's the sort of thing you don't really need to be concerned about as you're developing it. There is a Start Here folder. So let's take a look and see what's in a Start Here folder. Oftentimes this is the last thing that gets developed or put together. A lot of times this is going to be there at the end because you're thinking, okay, what do I need to now put here for the students and teachers to know how to go through this course? So I'll open that up. So what you see in here is there's a page, what is all the stuff in this folder, and it's just a page about that. Let's take a look at that page. Yeah, so I'm just talking about different tools they would use and that sort of thing. So let me go back a screen here. I'll just go into the folder. So there's a welcome and introduction discussion. Again, these things are the things I was mentioning, and some of these I can just provide for you. So how to use Kami. And so if you don't know what Kami is, it's an annotation tool for PDFs. How to take a screenshot. How to submit a Kami assignment. How to submit a Google Drive assignment. And then here for this particular class is a textbook. But most of these are how-tos. And these are here for the students. So this is important as you're developing an online course that you have this. But again, most of these things you don't need to develop. You can just get that from me. Your main job would be to really develop good units. So let me go back to the materials page. And let's go into one of these units and take a look and see what's here. So I'll expand unit 1. So this is something that is fairly common in the best organized courses. Many courses are very organized. This one happens to be organized by week. So, this is going to be all that the students need to finish in week 1 of this unit, all in week 2, in week 3, and week 4. This unit does have an overview of the unit. It has a pre-assessment, which is optional, and then it has a help folder. And that help folder, let's take a look and see what's there, is some notes about unit 1. So let me just show you what this particular one is. Students can make a copy of a note sheet, and they can see filled in ones. In other words, just an example for them of what it should look like as they fill those in. And a lot of times students will learn from that process. So let me jump back to the materials page again. Expand unit 1. And so week 1, week 2, let's take a look at one of these weeks. So just so you can see what sorts of things. So this is where you as the teacher are going to think, I want to put this together in a very organized way. I want it to be something that the students can finish in a week. For me, I mentioned this earlier, I believe that I tend to sometimes put too much in a week. And so I try to shoot for, 3 to 5 hours of work, and it generally turns out to be a little more for kids. And so that would be, class time plus some homework included in there. But just think about, what really do they need to finish that week. So here we've got a discussion, we've got a video, an assignment. You'll see in this unit there's 2 different check-in quizzes, and formative assessment, as you know, is really important. There's a final kind of a formative assessment that covers the whole unit at the end, and then a reflection piece. I want to look at the engaged discussion. Okay, so I was trying to find one. Let me see. I'll find, go back, week 2. So I think the biggest thing I would encourage you as you build your units is vary things. I mean, obviously video is going to be a big part of the learning students do, but try to come up with some activities that are a little different than video as well for them to learn. So for instance, in this math class, at different places, we use Desmos. And if you're not familiar with Desmos, it's a great kind of interactive simulation type website where students do some activities. It's not just watching a video. Another tool that's used in this math class at different places is PHET, P-H-E-T. And so those are, again, simulations for math and science. So my encouragement to you is obviously you're going to use video in your classes, but try to include other interactive things. Obviously, we're going to use assessments and discussions. Those are important, but just want to mention that as we go. Let me go into Unit 2 to take a look just to show you. Yeah, so each of these units really has, the weeks, and then it has a summative assessment. Unit 1's assessment here, it's important to really think about that assessment, is a regular Schoology assessment with several questions plus a project. So again, you can vary things in your assessment as well. And I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but I want you to kind of see how it looks in some of these courses. Let me see. Trying to go in here. I want to see if I can find an example of, let's go in here. Yeah. So I think some of these initial activities, here we go. So here's one that has a Desmos activity. Just wanted to show you that. So this is going to be a great learning activity for students, but not a video. So here you can see it's asking, the students drag the blue point to a number less than 3. So I can do this. Anyway, we're not going to spend much time on this. I just wanted to show you an example of that. So let me jump back out to the main materials page. One thing that this course does use, which you can think about, is completion settings, and that's the kind of thing that I can help you with. But let's look at another course. This next course, I believe, is an environmental science course. So here we go. So the teacher built, some of those basic things you'd need, a syllabus, there's a calendar, there's notes for the instructor. So this is really nice. You build this, it's easy for that teacher and those students to see some of those basic things. This one also has a starting point folder in there. These are some of those same files that you saw in the last course. So again, I can provide this sort of thing for you. Just want you to see that. Now these units are built a little differently than the last class, that algebra class. This one, as you look at these unit folders, let's expand these. This is a unit folder that takes, there's 6 of them. This probably is going to take 2 or 3 weeks. So for the students, you can see they go into the folder and they're generally just expected to go through all of these materials in order. So this is a page that says start here. Let's take a look at that. So on this start here page, there's an introduction to the unit. This one says right here, you will work through this unit for 2 weeks, and then it refers them to the calendar. This one very clearly lists the tasks for the unit. So students are going to finish, all 10 of these to finish the unit. It ends with learning targets. So this is a little bit different design than going by week, but it's just, perfect for this course. So as I think about this, and I've seen a lot of courses, I think those are two of the best ways to design your course. Either do it week by week within the units, or you can put all the materials there and the students just progress through them chronologically. So this one starts with a discussion, has a video, has a quiz about the video, another video, there's an assignment right here, an interaction. This one is, students are doing something in this activity, and then there's an answer sheet, because these are formative. But online, of course, as you know, we want to build as many kind of automated formative where students get feedback, without you constantly intervening. So, and then another discussion, a final quiz, an assignment, and kind of a wrap-up discussion. So this course isn't week by week, but it's unit by unit. So let me go back to the materials page, just kind of show you. So each of these units you can see, is just, there's a start here page in each one. Let's look at that one. Again, you can see an introduction. This one is going to take 3 weeks, it says. And then you can again see all the tasks. So it's very, very clear to students. You're going to do this, then this, then this, and it's very specific. So this really gets at one of our whole goals, which is we want this to be very intuitive for teachers and students. So let me go back to the materials page, expand that one again. And so there you go. Want you to really, just see this as another example. So the reason, this does look like a lot. And so it's 3 weeks of work though. So, think about, 15 to 20 hours of work right here. And so it makes sense that there's going to be a lot. All right, let's look at one more course in this video. And yeah, I'm already up to about 10-12 minutes. This is going to be an English course. So this one is not actually in a course, it's just in a group. But again, here you can see the teacher has a folder at the beginning, syllabus and how-tos, and then they have units mixed in with folders for grammar lessons. But again, this is very, very intuitive, very, very, orderly, so teachers and students can tell. So unit 1, then grammar lesson 1, unit 2, grammar lesson 2, unit 3, grammar lesson 3, grammar lesson 4. So this is very organized. So if we look at one of these units, like the mythology unit, there's a start here page, similar to the last course, a pre-assessment for the unit, and then you can see this one is organized weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll look at one of these just so you can get an idea. This teacher has background information, Greek myths, world myths, and then a couple of assignments and an assessment. So really taking advantage of organization, Schoology assignments, and assessments. Hopefully, this is enough to kind of give you a taste of what some of these courses are like. As you work, we'll be checking in regularly. We'll be working with the curriculum department and myself as you have questions. And we really want to come up with a product that's super intuitive for students and teachers, and of course meets the standards that we need to. So hope this little walkthrough helps. I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.